Hello, my name is Chris. Welcome to my shop. So this is my first video on my channel, and I've started this channel because recently myself and a group of friends uh, bought quite a large piece of property up north. Um, I want to try to document taking a section of that property at least and turning it from raw land that has never had anything done with it besides, well, logging at some point, and turning it into an off-grid camp basically, or a homestead in the long run. And I wanted to document all the steps involved in how to go about, or at least how I'm going to go about it. I mean, I'm sure there's many ways to do it, but and how I'm going to go about, getting a home out there, getting a shop out there, um, and all the things necessary to have a functioning homestead. Luckily for me, myself and a few other friends all joined in together, so I will not always have to be working alone, and we can all sort of help each other and get things moving along, a little better, a little faster. Um, Also on this channel, I may want to highlight some other things too, like I am a hand tool woodworker. I might put some of that in there. I dabble in blacksmithing a bit, hoping to get better. I might put some of that in here. I do timber framing and log building. That will certainly be thrown in here because I'm going to be doing a lot of timber framing up at the property. I am an herbalist, so I may put some of that in there. I used to own and operate my own stonemasonry company, so I may put some stonemasonry in there. Um, Maybe some, so-called primitive skills stuff might be in there, friction fires, brain tanning animal hides, things like that. Or harvesting for wild foods, hunting, fishing, things of that nature. But if you're taking the time to watch this video right now, uh, please leave in the comments if you feel like having all of that in on one channel might be a little too messy. I'm still experimenting here and trying to figure out what is going to work out the best. Uh, so please let me know if you feel like it's just a little too jumbled up, or you'd like me to specifically focus more on timber framing and hand tool woodworking, or just working on the property and all the steps involved in that. So sort of the channel will sort of evolve as I'm communicating with you to see where I should take it. Uh, but yeah, thanks for watching, and here I'll kind of give you a little idea of what my unfinished, pretty messy right now, shop looks like, and can walk outside and look at a small little project that I'm working on right now, just to sort of give you an idea. So here's my bench that's just all messy because, like I said, I have a lot of projects going sort of all at once here. As in, like you see this scythe right here. This one I just recently got, which is a pretty nice one. I mean, usually they more look like this one, where the snath is pretty much dry rotted out and basically unusable. This one handle here is still in reasonable shape, so I may just keep that for a different snath. But I do have this very long if you can see that. Pull this out. I do have this very long sort of grass blade that's on this snath right now, and I want to also be able to take this blade here, this more of a brush blade, and get this ready to go to as some of the area I'm clearing out coming up in a couple weeks is you know, some more thick brush, or you know, more woodier plants and things. So want to get that sort of cleared out. And these are the axes that I use on a regular basis up here, and then just a mishmash of stuff here. Timber framing podgers, you know, got a bench anvil in there, chainsaws and the like. I have an old wood burning stove here that I'll be bringing up to the property to install in the cabin once I get that built. And right now it's covered with rain gutter supplies that I'll be putting on this shop that I'm in right now. And I got a blacksmith post vise here that I've dismantled and cleaning up, so I can put that back together. All sorts of wood from trees that I have felled over the years and air dried out. It's kind of sort of hard to tell because, again, it's a pretty good mess, but there's black walnut in there, a bunch of spalted maple in there, oak, butternut, ash, cherry, all sorts of stuff in here. And a big pile of fire brick, for I will be building a masonry heater in the cabin. Well, at least in the cabin, possibly in more buildings. So I'm just starting to get those collected. You know, hand crank blower for my for the blacksmith forge. Some of my hand saws up there. And a nice pile of white pine down here that I'll be using to make some frame and panel doors in my house that I just started working on. I don't know how well you can see there, but you can sort of see those cross grain marks along there. That's me flattening out the hump on this side of the wood, and that's why these shavings look like they do. This is what shavings look like when you're cutting across the grain. And just all my toolboxes, you know, full of planes and the like, lots of chisels. This that you could see in the background at the beginning of the video is a sauna that I have in my shop. Outside I still need to finish, obviously, but the inside is completed. I'll get this fired up one of these days, and I'll put a video of that on the channel too, for those who might be interested. One woodshed here that I built at my last property before I moved here. This is all full of wood, smaller wood for the most part that I particularly cut for the sauna stove. Got some apple trees that are doing real nice. I have some, these are some cherry logs here that I've sealed the ends just with some white paint, just, you know, to slow down the drying process. And I'll be, in a couple weeks, I'm taking a class and where I'm going to learn how to do better at making kuksas, because so far it hasn't gone great, and I'd like to learn a little tricks of the trade. So I'm going to cut up some of this cherry to bring with to that class, so to give to people, so that'll be nice. Nice round stack of wood that I did last year. I'd never built in the round before, so I thought I'd give that a shot. Turned out pretty good. It's about 7 feet tall by about 7 feet wide. And then just lots and lots of firewood that I got split this last year. And my green woodworking stump here. and a small little garden that I constructed, even though I don't eat vegetables, but my wife and my son do, so I've got a bunch of tomatoes in here. And this is a project that I'm working on currently. This is a hand-hewn red cedar that I'm just using to make a mailbox post with. So I got the two pieces fit together. I just finished up a black walnut wedge that fits inside this mortise here that just sort of helps to keep the two pieces held in tight. And I still need to make the knee brace underneath to get it installed. A big pile of peeled cedar here that I will be using to put up a fence in my backyard for my dog, and lots more cedar here yet, and a seat right there for my fire pit that I haven't put in yet. So yeah, this is sort of what I enjoy doing a lot of working with hand tools. Yeah, on the back side of my wood pile. And here I have some wood, some trees that I cut down last year and then brought to the sawmill. This pile right here is a bunch of quarter sawn ash. This here is a piece of wild cherry. And in here is sort of a mixed lot of some cedar and some pine. So yeah, here's the back side of that woodshed. And then here is the back side of my shop. This is some 2-inch thick cedar that I have resting on the back of here. These were leftover pieces from when I constructed the parts for the sauna. And for anyone that's interested, I can go into more detail on any of these things that I mentioned here. If you would like, just leave it in the comments and tell me if that's if any of these things are anything you're more interested in seeing. This is that black walnut wedge that I was mentioning that I just cut up to hold those mailbox posts together. But yeah, so that's my introduction. Again, just let me know what you think, and so I'll put this video up, and then next I have some footage of just me walking around the upper part of my property. The lower southern part is another large chunk, but it's very big hills and valleys that are very densely forested, so kind of tough to get any real good video in there, but I'll get in there and get some, and working on getting a drone too, so then maybe I can get some aerial footage of that. It's quite beautiful with a nice beaver pond on the southern edge. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.